How's it going, everybody? Thanks for watching another video. So tonight we're going to have a closer look at the Spyderco Endela. And as you can tell by the name, it's half Endura and half Delica, so it fits like right in between. And I'm starting to think now that the Delica is a little bit too small, and for me, for sure, the Endura is way too big. So let's have a closer look at the Spyderco Endela. Always, guys, if you want to purchase any of the knives in this video, make sure to check the links in the description below. There it is, guys, the model of knife that got me started with my knife collecting obsession, the Delica. Well, this is the Delica 4, but back then when it came out, it was just as thin, just as lightweight, had that awesome lockback system, and the biggest thing, that Spidey hole. Nothing out there opened like a Spyderco. And of course, it had that groundbreaking steel back then, VG10, so easy to sharpen, held an edge forever, and really awesome corrosion resistance. And at that time in the 90s, everything was good in the world for Spyderco. Now, as slick as the Delica was when it came out, some people were like, hey, that's a fancy letter opener you have there. It was too short, too lightweight. So for the heavier knife users, they wanted something a little bit bigger. So enter the Endura. Now, for me, this is the max that I would consider an everyday carry knife. You can see that there's a large jump in between the Delica and the Endura. Now, there's tons of other models of Spydercos that can fit in between, but I really like the styling of the Delica 4. So enter finally, after years, the Endela, which fits right in between. So now the question for me is, because I know this is too big for me, do I think it's worth spending the extra money to pick up another knife to fit right in between? Let's have a closer look at the Endela. Alright, let's close up the Endela here so we can get a quick size reference on it here. Here is a standard size Sharpie pen. So we can see it actually fits inside of the Sharpie. The Endura runs the entire length. Let me switch the angle for you so you can see it this way. Straighten it out here. And I'll pick it up so you can compare the thickness compared to the Sharpie. Alright. Now, when the knife is closed up all the way, it's going to measure at 4.69 inches. When it's opened up all the way, just over 8 inches at 8.1 inches. The blade length coming in at 3.41 inches. The blade stock here is going to measure widthwise 0.118 inches. And the overall weight, 3.10 ounces. And just like the Delica and the Endura, this is Spyderco's version of a drop point blade. Satin finish, full flat grind on there. This knife has full serrations. It also comes in a plain edge, and you can see that they're still using that awesome VG10 steel. Great corrosion resistance and takes a super sharp edge. And just like all of the lightweight versions that Spyderco has, this is their FRN handles, fiberglass reinforced nylon, bi-directional texturing. We can see that it's lower on one side, gets higher to the middle. They meet there in the center, just kind of like a volcano. So when you're gripping onto the knife like this, it's got really good grip. You can see that there's a little light jimping here on the top. When you flip it open, the blade has some jimping right on there on the finger ramp. So if you want to hold it like this or like this, you got really good grip. You know, one of the great advantages of using FRN is you can just mold these handles how you want them. So they're very comfortable. Nice rolled edges all the way around, especially where your fingers are going to be. Nice and comfortable. Now, this is a lockback system, so you're going to push right back down here. There's a spring applying pressure right in here. So when you push down on this lever, it's going to relieve the tension, lifting up that back right there. And that's going to enable you to close the knife. Very strong locking mechanism. And just like its smaller version and bigger versions, you can carry this both left-handed and right-handed, tip up and tip down. They got holes all over the place. The clip is pretty low profile. It is black for those that like blacked out clips, and when you open it up, you can barely notice it in your hand. It's a great clip. Well, alright guys, if you're trying to decide between the Delica 4 or a knife that's about the same size, or if you have a knife that's as big as the Endura and you're just tired of it pulling down your pants, Spyderco now has the Endela that fits that gap right in between. So guys, remember, if you want to purchase the Delica 4 or the Endela or the Endura 4, make sure to check the links in the description below. But that's the ending of the video. Hope you found it useful. If you liked it, please give it the thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to Kimo 365, please do. And remember, catch you guys laters. Thank you.